But in the end of the day, if people want it, that's what you give them. And you'll find that more and more the service quality at transit points will be at least as good as downtown. Why wouldn't it be? And often better. So what travelers really want, okay, in the end of the day, if you really did ask them, and this is from about 3 years of research now, reassurance, first of all. Remember, if you're traveling, first of all, you have only one hand, because you've got a briefcase. You're also worried about time and security and where am I going. So you need a lot of reassurance. You need a lot to be told, you're okay, you're in the right place. Feedback all the time. There's nothing worse than lack of information. You see people, they get frustrated. And they see anybody with a hat on and they go and they ask him, you know, where am I? Where's gate 3? All that kind of reassurance is required. Also, it's important to people, choice. They want to be able to do things. Used to have very little choice. Now you're getting more choice. Remember some of those discussions yesterday. Time and the control of your time is important. It's not about missing 10 minutes and missing a flight. It's about missing your honeymoon or that business trip. So if something goes wrong, the implications are enormous. So therefore, people, when they think of travel, they're already very stressed. That's their precondition. So you've got to realize then that quality counts. Space is hugely important. People don't want to be too close to people. They want to be able to see further than normal. It's quite interesting, the psychology. Convenience, of course. Hydration is a huge thing. You know, that I'm healthy as I'm moving and that I have enough water. Portability. I'll give you a good example of marketing gone crazy. So in the UK, this company runs all the restaurants and cafes at train stations. Now, unlike airports, they have millions of people coming every day, right? So unlike airports, who are, you know, I don't know, a regular traveler in an airport is probably once every, on average, every eight weeks would be a very regular traveler on average. Whereas in a train station, commuting train station I'm talking about, you're talking about, you know, 5 times a week kind of thing. So it's a completely different thing. And what's important to people, again, is, you know, hundreds of these guys are moving. They've only got one hand. They've only got a few seconds for their transaction. And they're committed to getting to work and getting home. So the marketing guys, my brainy compatriot marketing people, came up with this promotion, you know, get a coffee, buy one, get one free. Okay? You're in a train station. You're flying along. You've got one hand. You don't want change. And the offer says, you want a coffee? I want another coffee. Who's the other coffee? Go away. So what do? Using insights, we said, wait a minute, that's a good idea. So why don't we say, keep the promotion, but change the time element. So come along in the morning. Thank you for buying the coffee. By the way, when you come back in the afternoon, I'll give you a coffee for free. And the finance guys go, are you crazy? You're giving away free coffees. I said, no, it's the same promotion. We're just making the... You know, and then they'll come back. By the way, we know they're coming back because they're coming home. They're getting a train home. So, and we changed the promotion. And what happened? Of course, huge. People said, you're giving me a coffee free in the afternoon. They almost felt guilty. And they came back, and of course, they bought a croissant. They bought this. We never used to get those people. So again, it just shows you, by thinking through the traveler's mindset, and then using real insights in marketing, matching those up, you can make a huge difference. But you would be surprised how many times the marketing guys don't think beyond the usual. Okay, I'm going to move a bit quicker. After the recession hit the rest of Europe much harder than here, I think. And a lot of things happened, right? After the recession, we did quite a bit of research around the world. Okay, I'm getting the signal. Here's an update what's happening. First of all, expectations are rising hugely in travel because facilities are better. Technology means people are always connected now, so they're much more relaxed when they're at the airport, and therefore they expect more. Service is what people are looking for now. They will not take bad service. Human interaction, hugely important. Pricing is not a deciding factor. Okay, it's not a deciding factor. Value is hugely important. We discovered in the train stations that it was costing the company £5 million every year to count the change, to count it, okay? We discovered in research that people didn't want the change, and they were annoyed getting change. So think of that for brilliance. So here we are spending £5 million counting money that they're giving back to us that they don't really want. They would rather give it to us, actually. So the lunacy of giving them the money. So we eliminated special offers, £1.99, £2.99. We said it's £2, it's £3. Now we don't have to count the money. The people are happy because they don't have to play with change. So we close the loop there. So what's important to people is value. What else is important? Time, space. And despite all these problems, it turns out that people are much happier than they ever were before traveling because things have got a lot better and because now they're always connected. So where this eventually goes, sorry, let's go on one more, is just a couple more. Eventually what's happened here through technology is that people's mindset now looks at travel in a different way. They're concerned about control. Now they're concerned about staying connected. Remember the people that get off the airport, get off the plane, and their mobile phone doesn't connect, they get very agitated. So staying connected while you travel is the most important thing now. Lots of things have improved. They're expecting more. They're spending more time in airports, believe it or not. Security is quicker. Technology is faster. So your effective time at the airport has gone up. What's actually happening, this is Starbucks thinking, right? They came up with the idea that between home and the office was the third space, okay? They sell coffee, but they're really selling space. And this has worked incredibly well. And there's a social theory that basically says this was required. Libraries, gyms, coffee shops, where the social conversations are taking place. What we've now realized is there's another place, which is the place in between work and home. The place between the places, if you like. And that's travel hubs. And travel hubs essentially can be a perfect place for commerce if you look at it that way, if you consider what people actually want. Stay connected, give me services, good food and beverage, and then you get a big business. Now where it's going, last slide, is what we call transitopia. And if you think about it, with technology, why wouldn't you know exactly what your route is? On your app, you know where you're going. On your geolocation, you know exactly where you are at a point in time. You should be recognized, like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. So if you're a regular traveler, in fact, you've probably already paid in advance from your Starbucks wallet. So think about it, the money is paid in advance. The staff know that you're coming because you come every time. You come every Tuesday morning. The technology tells the staff that you're about to arrive. Your cappuccino should be ready. And this is like what it used to be in the old days when you were known in your local community. Technology enables you now to be already known. And the choices that you make are already automatic. You are already paying in advance from the technology you just saw there, smartphones, NFC, it's all there. It's just a habit need to switch on. And eventually, of course, what happens is not only are you recognized, but your reward points and your loyalty, you're getting now real reward for regular custom. So this is eventually where it's going. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. What I'm going to say, just get one more on. Yeah, workshop. What I'm going to try and cover is a bit more on that, a bit more detail on travel, place branding if you want to talk about that, but overall this idea of moving much faster in terms of getting marketing activity through and actually happening. Thank you very much.